Thank you so much, Mr. Strawbridge, for sharing the insights from the perennial fight for equal education rights. Next, we have Mr. Xiaoming Sheng present the policy recommendation on college admissions. Mr. Xiaoming Sheng is a board member of AACE, actively engaging in community activities since 2007. He focuses on the civic engagement of Asian Americans and equal education rights of Asian American students recently. He has organized several fundraising events in Utah to support AACE and SFFA's lawsuit against Harvard University. Mr. Sheng holds a PhD in statistics from the University of Alberta in Canada. Let's welcome Mr. Xiaoming Sheng.
Good morning, everyone. It's my honor to represent AACE to talk about AACE policy recommendation on college admission. I'm Xiaoming Sheng, board member and secretary of AACE. Exactly this day, 1 year ago, on June 29, 2023, the U.S. Supreme Court found race-based affirmative action to be both unconstitutional. Unconstitutional and in violation of the Civil Rights Act, thus eliminating one of the major barriers for Americans to achieve equal treatment and meritocracy. However, the U.S. Department of Education held a national summit that openly advocated creative ways to circumvent the Supreme Court ruling. And then on August 14 last year, the two departments, U.S. Department of Education and Justice, issued guidance questions and answers regarding the Supreme Court decision in students SFA versus Harvard and UNC. So we believe these guidance are wrong. Here's why. Because the Supreme Court has already banned use of any race proxies. Well, as Chief Justice Robertson wrote, universities may not simply establish through application access or other means that the regime we hold unlawful today. That's code, okay. What cannot be done directly cannot be done indirectly either. Okay. The prohibition against racial discrimination is leveled at the scene, not the name. It's not just using a different way to do it or using a different name. So that's why it's wrong. And recklessly, while the American is faced a serious STEM shortage, this guidance actually even supports colleges' further elimination of objective and rigorous admission standards, such as standardized testing requirements, prerequisite courses such as even like calculus. So AACE on August 25th of last year issued a comprehensive policy statement on college admissions, and this document can be found online. So we make those following recommendations. First, colleges should faithfully implement the Supreme Court's decision on affirmative action. To comply with the Supreme Court ruling, AACE recommends the following measures. Stop using race or ethnicity in the application process. Adopt a blind rating approach, as much like the blind grading, remove information from an applicant that would indicate an applicant's race, such as first or last name, zip code, parents' name, and educational institutes or names of social clubs. When considering applicants' experience, treating each applicant as an individual and not as a member of any racial group when considering their experiences. Handle student race data lawfully and make it accessible by admission officers or other applicants of student evaluations during the admission process. Eliminating the use of process for race or ethnicity, such as geographic areas of residence, zip code, family background, school districts, or names of individual schools throughout the admission process. And keep admission data for at least 7 years, in line with the statute of limitation for civil rights violations. AACE and our partner organizations will continue to actively monitor all college and university admissions practices. Any use of race or race proxies during the college admission is a blatant violation of the Supreme Court rulings and will trigger legal action to include class action lawsuits and demands for damage and injunctive relief. So we are watching all the universities and colleges on their admission policies. Number 2, college should base their admission criteria on their educational program, not skin color diversity or racial equity. For example, in addition to sufficient academic readiness, admission criteria for business or public policy programs should place reasonable weight of applicants' leadership skills and the diversity of student ideas and experience than those of other majors of study. In a similar way, admission criteria for STEM programs should place more values on academic performance on STEM subjects. Though an individual student's unique experience or personality characteristics may contribute to student learning, it should not be the dominant factor to consider in admission. Colleges should prioritize criteria that measure an applicant's potential to succeed at college. Number 3, rely on objective measures in admissions. Objective measures such as standardized test scores, GPAs, and number of AP classes and scores, and winning of objectively judged competitions should be the primary means of judging applicants. Relevant subject measures such as leadership skills should be used for appropriate fields of studies such as business management or public policies. We are glad to see that some elite colleges have restored the use of standardized since last year. That's a very good positive move by many colleges. Number 4, since use of legacy and other favoritism programs which are considered immoral and should be illegal. AACE firmly believes that programs that favor children of faculty, staff, alumni, and donors are immoral and should not be legal. In addition to the negatively and disparately impacting Asians, such programs generally disfavor blacks and Hispanics as well, which likely drives the Department of Education's recent investigation against Harvard's legacy admission practices. Number 5, to regulate and monitor athletic recruits. Okay, according to studies and recent criminal investigation, athletic programs have led to corruption and unfair treatment of other college applicants. Such programs need to be strictly regulated and monitored in several ways. So there are a few ways we can probably regulate the athletic recruit. First, the number of athletic recruits should correlate with the needs of athletic program. Second, students enrolled through athletic program must participate in their sports programs. Third, colleges and universities must audit their athletic program to ensure the student athletes actually participate in their sports programs. And number four, the student athletes should be subject to the same and adequate academic standards similar to all other applicants. So AACE policy recommends to American governments, we strongly urge American governments at federal, state, and local levels to take concrete measures to address the root cause of failing K-12 education system in American inner cities. It is not meritocracy, but politicians' failure to provide adequate K-12 education to too many blacks and Hispanic children that has caused a lack of racial diversity in colleges and universities. Affirmative action treated Asian Americans as scapegoats to cover up their failures and those politicians who manage Americans' inner cities. For too long, American society has ignored this policy failure and those who run Americans' inner cities, and they should be held accountable. Improving K-12 education in America is not the only constitutional and effective way to enhance diversity in American higher education. And AACE has been in action since last year, since the Supreme Court's ruling. For example, in December last year, AACE issued an open letter to Common Apps organization, urging them to faithfully implement the U.S. Supreme Court rulings on the FFA versus Harvard and UNC cases. On September 28, 2003, there was a congressional subcommittee on higher education and workforce development career, held a hearing which Mr. Yukun Zhao testimony test there on how this ruling decision on race-based admission is shaping the university policy. You probably heard a few of his talks a moment ago and remember what he recommends. And in October last year, AACE issued an open letter to the U.S. Department of Education to urge them to investigate the appalling discrimination against Stanley Zhou. Stanley's father is here today. I believe he will talk a little bit about that case later today. And in December, AACE issued an open letter to Paul G. Allen School of Computer Science and Engineering at the University of Washington, urging them to stop illegal racial quotas in admissions because they have a policy document published online, and we found that. And in January of this year, we received a positive response from the school to assure not to use race in college admission and community outreach programs. So that seems like a positive move from this school, and hopefully we receive positive responses from other universities and colleges as well. Okay, I think we probably have a few minutes for questions. That's all my presentation. Thank you. So all those policies and regulations are posted on our website, so you're welcome to look at the details of our regulations. Okay, I guess we are good. Thank you.